Yo, 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 what is going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown, episode 353. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
What's up, people? How's it going? Man, Tony, you are loud.
You damn right I am. Loudest motherfucker here. Chris Seeley.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Carlos Romero.
You sound kind of the same to me, but it could just be me.
Yeah.
Yo, yo, yo.
Brett Murdoch.
It's the same Tony, he's just been remastered.
Yes, this is true. Just like ActRaiser. And Brian Manjoma.
Her gun has 3 barrels now. Get it? Because it's a third one.
Yes, the third one. Bayonetta.
It's the third.
All right, people, what's going on? We're back with another one, Throwdown. Well, we don't know what's going on with that. Some wrestling thing going on tonight. So we'll talk about some wrestling stuff.
No. He's got family. He's got family.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, my aunt, his mom is in town, so he's with the family.
Yeah,
He got the fams.
yeah. By the way, about sound. Yeah, if I sound too loud to you guys in the chat, let me know. Because before when I first started, Brett was like, "Tony, I can't hear you." So I put my volume back to 90, which is normal. I always have to turn my volume up more than the other guys. You guys are always like blowing me out of the water when it comes to sound. You know, especially you, Manny.
With the New Yorkers.
Yeah, right. It's crazy.
It's hilarious how I'm I think you sound loud, and then I'm the one that sounds loud on your end.
Yeah, audio. Okay, guys are saying the audio is good. All right.
Okay.
Got an interesting show for you guys. You know. Oh, Manny just dropped. He didn't like it. I thought I was too loud for him, so he left. You know.
By the way, shout out to Pig Dan for
you already know
donating them bits. Appreciate that, man.
All right. So yeah, we got we do got a lot of good stuff going on. Not a super busy week. I mean, for Nintendo guys, obviously, it's like the greatest week of all time. You know.
Well, it was
show
almost
for you.
Yeah, but
it was almost the greatest week of all time.
Almost. But before that, I want to start the show off with a story.
Uh-oh.
I got to talk about these Twitter Spaces, bro. Got to talk about Twitter Spaces, man.
Oh, we're finally talking about them?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna bring it back. So on Monday, okay, I gotta bring it back even further. For you guys who do not know, Twitter Spaces is basically like it's Twitter's answer to Apple doing the same thing, where basically you could just start a conversation that people could just join in at any random time. You know. So they started doing this, but when it comes related to gaming, I noticed that a lot of the spaces are very fanboy centric, very toxic. There was one, and I'm just gonna say it. I'm not gonna say who hosted it. I'll keep that. Excuse me. By the way, guys, just full disclosure, I came down with pneumonia, so if I cough, you know, that's what's going on there. You know, but I'm taking medicine for it. So one guy hosted a spaces, and Paris was in there. He was listening, right, and these guys were talking so much shit about him. Like they're saying, "Yo, if I see this guy, I'm gonna kill him." They're going crazy, you know, like threatening him and stuff, and you know, calling him, you know, the N-word, all this other stuff. It was bad. So
what kind of a fucking space is this?
Yeah, and so I'm like, "Yo, what the hell is going on around here?" You know. And of course, the funny thing is, you know, I mean, there's some other stuff, you know, but I'm not gonna name names. But one guy came out, was like, "Hey, man, you know, sorry, but all right, bro, come on, man, you know what I'm saying? Not good." But this is the type of stuff that you see in Twitter gaming spaces. It's a bunch of toxic negativity, right? So there was one earlier this week. It was a PlayStation one. Actually, no, it wasn't PlayStation. It was one about gaming journalists specifically, right? Because you know, people don't like gaming journalists, right? No, I just became one of those people. I hate it when I watch a YouTube video or a Twitch video. The motherfucker stops to drink. But I gotta do it.
Yo, man, you one of those people?
Yeah. Okay. So this was going on, and I see it. I ignore that stuff as always, and I get hit up by a friend of mine that I've actually been on Throwdown before, and she's like, "Hey, Tony, they got their spaces going on. They're talking shit about you." I was like, "Really?" Right? She's like, "Oh, yeah." It's like, "Oh, but Red Infamy went in there and shut all that shit down. He defended you and laid down the law." So I'm like, "Oh, this is interesting." So I jump into the spaces to listen. Right? Very different story from what I was told. The room was chill as fuck when I was there. Right? Everything was calm. So I'm listening to it about 10, 15 minutes, and then go, "Oh, Tony, we see you in there. Would you like to come up and talk to us?" this is me. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Because somebody was quote unquote calling me out because they said I'm being inconsistent because I had written an article where I said that gaming reviewers should finish their games, right? And I then turn around and go on Twitter and I say they should not finish. They don't not say they shouldn't, but they don't have to finish their games, right? So I come in there and the first time I'm like, dude, I wrote that article 9 years ago when I was blogging, man, when I was ignorant. You know, when I wasn't in the fucking industry. So somebody took that old article and made it seem like I wrote it like yesterday or something, you know?
Oh, wait, was this cool stuff the blog?
Yes,
or was
yes.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, dudes dig. Dudes dig.
Damn, all
you know?
right.
What would
damn.
they possibly even like? This is news. It's at least mildly current event kind of thing. What are they possibly digging up at this point that's not ridiculously fucking dated?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So they're
Wow.
they're like, can you explain yourself? Why the inconsistency? I'm like, there's 9 years, man. There's 9 years gap between what I said then and what I'm saying now. You know, I was not in this. I had the luxury of just taking my sweet time to review these games. I was not beholden to PR or my editor. So that's a different story, you know. But anyway,
Tony?
yes.
So are you saying that you reserve the right to change your opinion when presented with new information?
I realize that's a cardinal sin on Twitter and the industry, but yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. You know?
Yeah, you're talking nonsense, bro.
You know, so I explained that. Everybody was like, "That's okay. That we understand. That's cool." And then some guys who were my big. This is the best part. 'Cause I'm there talk. I'm laying down the law, but it was all cool and respectful, right? Shout out to you know, everything was cool. And then this started happening. I wasn't even because I didn't go in there with this intent, but this started happening. You guys are gonna laugh. You know what they say to me? And I'm talking about guys. These guys are just coming out of the woodwork now, talking to me. Yo, Tony, man. Like, now that I'm talking to you, I see you're actually a really cool dude. Geez, imagine that. Actually talking and interacting with me lets you know that I'm a real person, that I'm not just some Twitter bot, you know? And I told them this right there. I told them that on the spot, you know, because, and they're like, oh, you sound very different than the way you tweet. You know, the way you tweet is very different than when you talk back. No. The difference is, it's the same guy no matter what. The difference is you are putting your own inflection and shit into those tweets. You can't do that with my voice when I'm telling you what the fuck's going on. By the way, even though everything was cool and stuff, I was still Tony, so I'm still cursing up a storm and everything, you know? So yeah, so it by the end of it, despite how it began, it was actually a very productive thing because, again, it's very hard to talk shit about people when they're in the room with you. You know what I'm saying? So it was me and Red. We were kind of after I did my thing, she came in and we started going back and forth. And at one point, I didn't know this. I wasn't there at the time. Our boy Khalif was there for a while, laying down the law too. You know, telling dudes what's going on. But I do think it was productive because there is a gap between, like, you know, the media side and just the enthusiast side, right? That we kind of need to meld together. So I'm not saying I'm going to do this on a regular, but, you know, I will try to go on and answer questions directly because I do feel that's important. Because again, I'm trying to tell these guys, and they're like, oh, you know, but how do you like? Do you understand how, you know, the true gamer would see something like this? I'm like, first of all, I'm a true gamer, man. Don't separate me from you guys. I'm the same guy. You know, I'm not on some fucking pedestal. You know what I'm saying? I'm on you guys' level. I'm getting the platinums. I've been gaming for 30 years. There is no difference between me and you. Only difference is I put my shit online. That's it. You know, but it's not like gaming journalism. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a regular gamer like everybody else. You know.
Here's the thing. I think the one thing about it is that also what happens with a lot of you know, you'll see a lot of people that work in the industry. They sort of begin that sort of separation of church and state. Like once they've sort of reached that level, they're already like, well, I am the authority. I know, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that nobody knows.
Yeah, and I brought that up, and I told them, I'm like, I do not blame you guys for feeling that way because of those asshole journalists. I told them that straight up. I'm like, I understand exactly where you're coming from, and we even brought up the whole quote unquote issue of me and the you know, turning off the PS5. I'm like, dude, everybody, I know I'm talking about everybody in this panel has this, like, you fumbled with it because they changed the interface that we have been used to for 15 fucking years, right? But, and they brought up a good point, because I am somebody that's more prominent, people will come at me harder for that. So I get that, right? That's not even an issue. I understand that. But, but because of some of the you know, some of the bad things that some journalists have done, they lump everybody into that. I don't think it's fair, but I understand it. You know, so I think guys like me, or you know, and girls like Red Infamy going out there and let them know what the real deal is very informative. You know, hopefully these same guys won't go out to talk shit again. Some may, some won't. Who knows? But you know, I did my piece and I gained a lot of new people's respect, which is fantastic. I wasn't even intending for that. I just saw people talking all this shit. I'm like, hold up, bro, hold up. I got to do something.
Y'all talking shit about me,
you know? And of course, I had to be an asshole, be like, oh, by the way, if you want to hear more of me talking, come to Throwdown, man. Let's go.
I mean, you know, they're
work that
getting
plug
talk
in.
shit.
Yeah. Oh, of course, you know.
But the real important thing here is that you are absolutely right. That power down place is just a very unintuitive spot, man.
Yeah.
I will fight that fight to the grave. You press and hold a button when you want to go deep into the deep menu, not the surface menu. What the fuck, man?
Exactly, you know. But Brett, to your point, is like, yeah, you're right that some guys, or maybe the vast majority, will just return back to talking shit. But if I converted one or two guys, I've done my job, man. That's the way I feel about it.
It's a big difference between just reading something and actually interacting with somebody.
Yeah,
I feel like especially when talking to you in general and your enthusiasm and stuff, I always say that you can pretty much make a friend with anybody.
Yeah,
you know,
it's easy, man.
Just because of your outgoing nature and all that sort of stuff, is that you're able to talk to people and just interact. And I feel like a lot of times what happens is that it gets lost in translation. And then again, your position as a journalist also sort of, there's some sort of that sort of expectation or stigma that sort of comes with it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like if any of these guys knew your history, and all of us know we were there, we were just some motherfuckers on just making our little old blog, cool stuff to blog, which you guys can still read. Which
apparently can.
Yeah, which you all can read right now. But we just doing our thing, just a bunch of friends, family, just writing about games, and then Tony took it to that next level.
Yeah, I mean, dude, think about it. What Throwdown is right now, it's like my hiring process is, hey, I'm cool with you, get on the show. That's as far as it goes.
This is literally like an extension of maybe of us just talking at your house, or us calling each other on the fucking phone.
It's
the same. It's the same thing. The only difference is that there's more structure to it. So there's literally like there's bullet points.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only difference.
Dude, when we don't get this moment to vent, I call Tony and pop off on the phone.
That's it. That's how we do. Throwdown happens even outside of the show. This is how real it is, man. This ain't some fucking manufactured podcast, where it's like, oh, let's select the biggest celebrities of the internet to get. No, fuck that. We're just family here, Family.
Question, Tony.
Yeah.
Do you put sugar in your porridge or not?
Porridge? What am I, a bear? Like,
I was gonna say, you should start with, do you eat porridge?
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Who eats porridge in like the 21st century?
Tony, because no true Scotsman puts sugar in the porridge. So I'm asking you, Tony.
I'm not a Scotsman. Well, I'm confused. Brian, you're going thick with the UK references right there.
I get where Brian's going.
There we go. Thank you, Brett. Yeah, the whole like true gamer thing. So it's like, what's a true gamer? Like, do they do something different than normal gamers? So it sounds like the true Scotsman.
The one true gamer.
Yeah. See, by the way, this is how you could tell how cultured I am. I was like, what the fuck's he talking about? Porridge, Scotsman,
I do eat porridge.
Oh, shit.
I'm not a Scotsman, so I do put sugar in it.
Oh.
So I'm not a true Scotsman. I'm a fake one.
Yeah, but Brian, your point stands. Like, yeah, what makes you a true gamer? Here's the thing. I understand there's levels, right? There's the more casual guys who just, a couple games here and there every once in a while. And then there's guys like us who's getting platinums and going crazy. I get that, but does that make me more true than the other guy?
And true gamer is a low bar.
Who gives a shit?
You have to look at people like, yeah, they're not a real gamer. Like that should be reserved for the Olivia Munns of the world, all right? Like, there are people who, like, I'll be honest, there are people who review games and you're like, man, bro, I'm not even sure you video game. I don't even know where you came into this from. you don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. But okay, sure. You know, people that can't finish tutorials, things like that.
Oh.
So yeah, but just about everybody in the gaming industry is a real gamer. Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody got sucked into this like, man, I hate fucking video games, but I guess I'm gonna report like at some point along the way you enjoyed video games and life and having fun, and that's what kind of led you to it. Now there's varying degrees, but I mean, come on, like at this point in the game, like we come from a time when there weren't real gamers, when there weren't a lot of people doing this shit. When we were the few and the nerds and we had to find each other and connect, like, pretty much compared to that, like, everybody has a fucking PlayStation these days. Everybody's a fucking gamer, whether it be they play some Call of Duty or they play some Diablo or they're fucking, you know, doing their bridge simulator or whatever the fuck you're doing. It's so permeated you can't even fucking see that shit.
Brett, if we're gonna go by their example, their logic, like let's just say a true gamer games a lot. By that logic, my mom is more of a gamer than I am because she's playing that fucking Angry Birds all day long. You know, so by that metric, she's more of a gamer than I am. You know,
it's kind of like the same idea of cool, man. Like cool is an idea propagated by 14-year-old girls, and if you actually go by what the fucking rules are, by the time you end up with something fucking cool, it's awful. It's just atrocious, and nobody wants to be any part of it. You know, same thing with fucking like if you made a game truly for the hardcore gamers, most people would fucking hate it. And I say this as somebody who likes not having quality of life in his video games. I like the old school, like, fuck it, make it hard. But, like, most people are not going to enjoy that. And even then, like, what they consider old school or hardcore is not necessarily going to be my opinion. So nobody's going to hit it 100% of the time. That's what they mean when they say no true Scotsman, for those not aware of ad hominem and such like that. Like, it's the idea that you're portraying this fantasy thing that doesn't fucking exist. There's nobody out there who plays the Call of Duty and the Diablo and like fucking literally everything that comes down the pipeline. And if they were, you're fucking looking at a panel of those people right now. Like, so I'm not saying that we're hardcore, or we're the best gamers or any stupid shit like that. I'm just saying that being a real gamer is genuinely a low bar to pass at this point. And so therefore, like, saying that other people aren't a true gamer is just an incredibly shallow and loaded insult. And shit talking, you can do better.
It's also partially a marketing term. You know, it's a remnant of an era from our you know young adulthood to our child or late childhood. You know, are you a true gamer? You think you can do this? You know,
Yeah.
it's that sort of thing. But that idea can be a lot of different things, you know. And
Well,
you know,
especially
again,
now.
Tony brought up a good point. And it's like his mom, plays Angry Birds for hours and hours. Way more, she logs in way more time than Tony ever does playing a normal, AAA game.
yeah.
Does that make her not a gamer?
Hey Manny, do you watch movies?
Yes, I do.
You're not a real movie watcher, though. Come on.
I'm not a cinephile. Holy crap!
Yeah, like, you listen to music, right? Like, you don't really listen to music, though. You're not like a music listener.
Well, it's funny because it's like the term gamer has also sort of has like a double thing, right? You know, you play games. Yes, I play games. Then there's are you a gamer, which is the the next level. You know, that's the old idea of what that term.
Every
is,
time I think
right?
are you a gamer? I'm sorry, I just think about Mountain Dew and Doritos. You know, it's like extreme.
Again, that's a remnant of an old era. That's like that old Xbox era where even we used to say it was like hey man, if you were an Xbox player, you're kind of the hardcore there.
Yeah, that's what Adam said. Like this is the hardcore gamers.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the old bro gamer mentality sort of that comes with it, right? You know, it's a competition. Yeah, I'm the better one. You know, that stuff.
Yeah, gaming world's different. That whole notion like I'm a true gamer. Get out! Stop that. You're just a gamer, and that's it. Enjoy it, and let people enjoy games how they're gonna enjoy them, and how they enjoy games shouldn't affect how you enjoy games, man. And you shouldn't impose the way you game on them, Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, that's the thing about it is that you can have preferences, but at the same time, it's like, why do you need to waste your time over somebody else's preference when you could literally be playing yours? And that's one of the things we sort of try to express to that specific person that we shall not name.
Oh,
Ho.
Yeah, I know.
Where he has this delusion that anything that even when we praise something that we're not consistent or all this other stuff, like you can have different, you can have a different, you don't need to it's not like politics where you have that one guy that's there and you only vote for him because he's the only guy that's in your party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you don't need to like everything. You don't need to like anything that person has to say. Or you could just like one aspect. It is, it's a lot more nuanced than just on or off.
Yeah, but there's no nuance anymore in this world, man. That's the problem.
I don't think
anybody.
I think the world doesn't understand wants. There's a lot that say they want nuance, but they don't want nuance. It's much simpler to think of things in the world of black and white. You're on this side of this side of the tracks. You're on this gaming console. When all of this stuff is just, all this does is just breed a sort of idea where you're, one is better than the other and all that other silliness,
Yeah, go ahead, Brett.
Well, even worse case scenario, like let's just say that there was an objectively worse one. Like, does it really matter? Like,
No.
What are you fucking winning? And has anybody here never been wrong about a video game? Like, never got hyped for a video game that didn't turn out to shit the bed, or didn't like a game that was not necessarily the best.
Yeah, it's plenty of times. I mean, I always put up the fact that me and Adam bought a fucking 3DO.
Hey,
3DOs.
I got a 32X right here, man. It happens.
32X.
Oh, so did I.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
We made those mistakes, but the thing about it is that when the dust settled and it all failed, obviously we made the wrong decision, but at the same time, it's like, oh well, we got to move on, right?
Yeah, exactly. We should move on with this episode, but it is a good discussion. I could have let this shit go because this is fantastic. But yeah, good stuff.
3D clips,
right? Yeah, it could be literally because there's just some good stuff there. Anyway, let's get into the main heart of the show here. Nintendo Direct. Yeah, we got another one.
Right. What they do right.
All right. Actually, hold on. I got to update the link here a little bit. I got it from Ori. He listed everything. He went in, So yeah, Nintendo had another Direct. This one was they kind of announced it like earlier this week. We were like, oh my God, I didn't know that,
Oh. Were you like, oh my God, I didn't know that?
No, not me.
Like everybody else was that.
Not me, man. I didn't care. You guys, listen. I don't hide my my non-preference for Nintendo. Don't really care. But it is big deals. It is a big deal. So, actually, you know what? I am going to read the Wario 64 one. Fuck it. We're going to go through the whole thing.
It's me, Wario.
Yeah, so I'm going to go through his whole timeline here. And you guys could elaborate on all these things. All right. So, the first thing he has listed here is Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak DLC coming out summer 2022. So, we'll get back to that when it comes on our PC,
On my PC?
Yeah, a lot of us are big Monster Hunter World fans, but Rise, I don't know. I think
on Switch, that's the problem. I want to play Rise. I just don't want to play it on Switch.
Well, I mean, it's. I don't understand why, because they took the Monster Hunter thing. Monster Hunter, a series that had a loyal but rabid fan base, and then changed it so that it became widely accessible and everybody loved it. Then they went, what we should do? Undo everything we just did. And they just made it niche and hardcore again. Like, I'm sure that's fine for the original crowd, but none of us care about this as much as we care about Monster Hunter World. Real talk.
Dude, I've always said, like, I only want to hear Monster Hunter World 2. That's what I care about. But I'll still check this out on PC. My thing is, like, I can't play those Switch graphics anymore. Ugh. Can't do it.
It just feels like a step backwards, man.
Oh, I 100% agree. 100% agree. It just seems like the game was made to appease the guys who couldn't play Monster Hunter World on Switch. That's what it feels like. That's what Rise is.
It seems like it was made to appease Nintendo, who wanted to have something, something else in their wheelhouse. Because it's been a Nintendo thing for a long time, and all of a sudden went to Sony, and they became a big thing.
Well, it was a Sony thing first.
Yeah,
that's right. It was.
Yeah, it was a Sony thing first.
Game,
yeah. Yeah, but you're right. It's like Monster Hunter World, I believe, is like their biggest selling game of all time. So Nintendo was like, shit,
Yeah, but I still think Nintendo is like, hey, where's our Monster Hunter game? I mean, we've been showcasing these games on our DS for the longest time, So
Well,
yeah,
it's interesting because they've wanted some mainline Capcom stuff too. They also wanted a Resident Evil, and I'm I'm not gonna skip ahead because I know Tony's going in order.
Yeah.
But they did test something in Japan. They tested cloud streaming of Resident Evil 7 in Japan only, and the test didn't go well.
Uh-oh.
So they obviously didn't get released.
This was from a while ago. I remember writing a story about that. I think that yeah. So, well, there you go. Yeah, so, Chris, I know what you're talking about. There's another game coming that's cloud streaming. We'll see how that goes, bruh. All right. Next. Oh, so we don't really care about Rise right now. Come to PC, then we'll talk. All right. Next up here we have Mario Party Superstar stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Mario Party Superstars. What anything special about this?
no, it's just more Mario Party. I mean, I haven't really been into the franchise for over a decade now. So yeah, I think whenever I see these types of games, I'm like, oh, it's like Mario Golf, Mario Party, like those types of games. It's just this kind of same old, just added different types of game types, but it's the same premise. It's sort of a board game where you have to progress, and you do little mini games in between. Which it's a pretty decent party game when you play with multiple people. But I think this type of game, it's well played in multiplayer, or if you have like friends over or family over, just play something that's pretty accessible for them.
All right.
Maybe this is me being 30 talking, but like, I remember having enough friends and free time to enjoy Mario Party, but that shit don't fly no more.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, it's for the kids. All right. Next up here we have Voice of Cards: The Isle of Dragon Roars from Yoko Taro. Interestingly enough, it's a card battle game. It looks like though, or a card game.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a card game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
I
pretty,
mean, it's.
enough
I mean,
said.
the only thing. Yeah, it's like a turn-based card game. I mean, it's what's interesting about it is the fact that it's Yoko Taro not doing, a Drakengard or near connected game.
Yeah.
I heard about this game a while ago, but I just didn't know is it supposedly exclusive to Switch? Is that what's going on in the streets?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's on. It may be available on some other stuff. I don't know. But by the way, Manny, I have to stop right now because you just made me laugh, dude. You said it's a turn-based battle game. So what would a real live action card battle game be? Just people throwing cards at each other?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like my point is like all card games are turn-based.
No, let's do it. I like Manny's idea.
Yeah, no, but you know what I'm saying? Imagine us playing Magic cards, but instead of playing like we're just beating the shit out of each other with the cards.
If you want to get technical, one of the Kingdom Hearts games was an action RPG, but was with cards, where all of your weapons and stuff were all relegated to randomized card things.
Oh,
so whenever you would hit something, you would have your setup, and whatever you would do would cause something specifically different. So it would be like a magic spell or all that stuff, or you could save specific cards off. So yeah, there have been action games that have had card-based aspects to them.
Interesting.
Go very well.
Yeah,
but
that sounds the way you described that sounds absolutely terrible.
It was horrible. I think it was the Game Boy Advanced Kingdom Hearts game with something Memories or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, that one was the one that was like that, where it's like you were essentially all of your actions were relegated to card things.
Yeah. Fuck that. All right, so I don't care about this game. All right.
The game kind of cool.
What happened, Brian?
Like the game does look really kind of cool because the whole thing is all cards. So, like, your characters are cards, your shop items are cards, the shopkeeper, the whole map is just cards. So, like, each one is like a separate tile, and that tile is in the shape of a card. But let's say that it represents like a house or a street pavement or something. So, it looks interesting, but whether or not the game will be fun, different.
Yeah.
He's an interesting character, so we'll see what he has to offer to card battle-y games.
Yeah, I don't think it's like Yu-Gi-Oh or something. I think it has a little more to it.
Also, the other thing is I think you remember hearing about this thing is that it's not like a multiplayer thing. It's not like Hearthstone or anything. It's actually like a single player card battling game. So it's interesting. Which I'm surprised that he went in that direction, because I'm sure Square Enix would have been like, "Oh man, card game! we could put some microtransactions on that.
Oh God.
You know?
All right. Next up here we got Disco Elysium: The Final Cut, coming to Switch. Yeah. Okay. Coming to Switch early to that. Wait, hold on. Coming to Switch out digitally October 12th. Physical early 2022. Okay.
Okay.
I know I've heard of this game, but I don't know what it is, so don't care.
It is a noir, independent, indie kind of story game. There's actually no combat, and it's all skill checks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a walking sim?
No, it's dude, as much as LA Noire was a walking sim.
Okay, I got. Well, I mean, that had shooting and battling in it too, and driving and open world stuff. You know.
Well,
Kinda,
the game
I
is
guess.
based that you are a detective who wakes up and you're just not too sure what the hell is happening, and then you solve the murder in the town, and you have different skills and whatnot. So again, it's kind of like RPG. Again, as Brett said, there's no combat, so it's all just skill checks. But it's again, it has some humor in there, has some seriousness in there. So it's one of those types of games. It's an indie game that doesn't look like typical indie games where it's like, oh, side-scrolling Dark Souls. Like, no, it's actually interesting.
Yeah, it feels more like a Dragon's Quest type game.
It was
Yes,
actually
yeah.
set, I think they did show that on one of the PlayStation showcases that it was coming to PlayStation, the PlayStation game. So
Yes.
I guess this is the Switch edition now,
Yeah.
which seems to
basi-
work. Oh,
Yeah, so,
go ahead.
so this is the director's cut, I think it's
Final
called.
cut.
A final
Final
cut.
cut.
The director final cut.
The something cut.
Yes, the final
Okay.
cut.
And basically,
Mario!
this is where they went through and they added like voiceovers, because the OG game didn't have any voiceovers because again it's an indie game, they don't have the budget for that.
Yeah.
So they added voiceovers for everything and whatnot, and hence the final cut. It was actually voted PC Game of the Year in one of the Game Awards shows like 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah, that's probably where I heard of it.
Keighley Awards on the Keighley Awards.
Yeah, the Keighley Awards.
Yeah, I just see like another indie isometric game. That's what it looks like here.
I mean, I hear that this one is quite good. So I mean, it takes a different sort of aspect of that. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure if I'd check it out, but it sounds interesting.
Yeah, for people who like that stuff, there you go. All right, next up here we got Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity expansion. Who cares?
Okay, so you can Muso more things. What did they add? Did they add another Ganon or something like that?
Let's see. What do they have here?
That is
Actually, you know what? I'm not
new
going to.
character, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You can play as that that scientist, that Chica scientist now. He has like extendo arms or something. He has Inspector Gadget stuff going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And some other stuff, but yeah.
I mean, they're at least they're supporting it, I guess. Do they still have Lady Link in that?
I don't know.
I remember they had girl Link.
I don't think it's in this version. I don't know. Kristen played it. I didn't play it. I mean, I watched her play it. I helped her a little bit, but I didn't see that character in there anywhere. Maybe that was just the Wii U version or the 3DS version. I don't know.
Yeah, Girl Link.
Girl Link.
All right, next up here we got Chocobo GP exclusively to Switch.
Oh, not Mario Kart.
Yeah, not Mario Kart.
Is this so? Hold on. Wasn't there a Chocobo racing game like years ago for PlayStation that never came out in the States?
I don't know.
Probably.
I could have sworn there was.
Well, now here it is.
It's got the upgrade.
Yeah.
It's got the HD upgrade.
So yeah,
but it looks like Mario Kart. That's what I thought when I saw it.
So I mean, is there any other characters in it besides the Chocobo? Because the last time I remember, they had other characters. They had like
there's other characters in here. Yeah. I don't know who, but I'm looking at these screenshots. There's other characters.
There's the Orko-looking dude from Final Fantasy IX.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Vivi.
Vivi. He's the racer, and there was I don't know this pink-haired girl. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who she is. Oh no, she's a white mage. Look at her sleeves. She's a white mage.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, so there you have it.
She's the Nage.
Next up here we have what is this? Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Okay, we're making Kirby games.
Oh, you skipped one.
Oh, did I skip something?
Yeah,
Final DLC announcement, but okay, an announcement. Whatever.
Yo, man, an announcement within an announcement.
Okay, I'm actually, Carlos, I'm confused. Isn't Kirby the announcement?
No. They did a what's it called, a Smash Brothers announcement where it's like, hey, Smash Brothers, there's gonna be a show, the final show for the Smash Brothers.
Yeah, they said Mr. Sakurai's final like reveal or something like that.
Okay, so was that a big deal? Of course it would be. It's a fucking Smash Brothers.
Yeah, but it's like Carlos said, it's just an announcement of an announcement.
Okay,
that's all it was.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, I thought it was like the final announcement was like Kirby's in Smash Brothers now or something. No,
he has always
been. This shows you how much I know about Smash Brothers.
He's one of the OGs.
Yeah.
Is Sakurai finally going to they're going to finally let Sakurai make new games as opposed to making Smash Brothers till the end?
I just assume he would ascend, like he would just turn into energy. He's like, my work is done.
Yeah, right.
That's all his purpose in life was to make Smash Brothers.
All right, so yeah, I'll just read this. Yeah, the final Mr. Sakurai presents for Super Smash Brothers. Tune in October 5th at 10 a.m. Eastern. There you go. You Smash Brothers fans, there you go.
So here's something interesting, and I found out not long ago. This is having to do with Sakurai. Sakurai actually has his own YouTube channel.
Oh yeah,
where he interviews like prominent Japanese game developers. So he did an interview. He has a Twitter, and he did an interview recently with one of the Platinum Games guys. I'm like, oh, this is kind of interesting. And he did one, I think, with the guy who does Tekken. It's almost like Iwata Asks, but with video.
Interesting.
With Sakurai. Yeah.
And
nobody seems to really pay attention to it. I guess.
Nobody was paying attention as Iwata either originally.
Yeah. As since we do know the guy who programmed that site.
Okay. Anyway, do we have anything to say about Kirby and the Forgotten Land? What kind of game is this?
It's a 3D. It's like a 3D Kirby game, I guess.
Okay, so it's a Kirby game. It's not like
it's a Kirby.
Okay,
game. But
it's not like the Woolly. It's not like the Woolly World one, was it?
No, I think it's an official Kirby game. It's just it's standard, no yarn or Woolly stuff.
Okay, so we got Kirby.
I mean, even Yoshi's Woolly World was a legitimate Yoshi's game. It just had a different aesthetic.
I remember they did something like the Kirby game had also like a weird like yarn.
Oh yeah, that was Epic Yarn. Yeah,
Epic Yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was a 2D game, if I remember correctly. I didn't play it. But yeah, a lot of people excited about this. Another notable thing about this is it leaked before the show came out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Nintendo getting leaks. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I forgot where it leaked from. Let me see if I can.
Man, it leaked from your ass. Yeah. I don't know because I don't know what Kirby games even look like, so I don't really have a comment on this.
They usually he's usually in like some kind of like candy world or something. Yeah. So it's interesting. You see this destroyed city.
So it's
he's walking
Kirby
around.
It's Kirby in The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because I saw this. This looks like a mall. I'm like, oh, he's in The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't there some sort of hidden dark story to the Kirby world where it's literally the far future of something?
Or maybe it's our far future.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like it's a far future that Kirby takes place in, and
I thought you were going to say that the darkness underneath Kirby is that he's the ghost of Richie Rich, but that's another guy. That's Casper.
That's Casper.
Oh man. All right. So yeah, that's coming out spring 2022. So if you're a fan of Kirby, there you go. Yeah, right. Pretty much.
Kirby in the real world.
Next thing we have here is Animal Crossing.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's an Animal Crossing Direct. Airing in October. So if you like Animal Crossing, so it's going to have free new content for Animal Crossing in November.
That's the second announcement with an announcement.
Yeah, that's damn. It's like an announcement inception, man. Shit.
So essentially, they're finally getting to that game that was the bee's knees during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
It was one of the, I think it was one of the highest selling games of last year.
It was. It actually sold a lot. You know.
It's sold like hotcakes.
You know. By the way, I need to look up that expression because I'm like, I've never eaten a hot cake in my life. You know.
They're pancakes.
Oh, forget it then.
I think hotcakes
are pancakes.
Why don't they just call them pancakes then?
Because of the brand. It's like cornflakes.
Oh, cornflake.
Yeah, cornflakes. People call them either cereal or cornflakes, but they'll call them cornflakes because of the brand.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
It's like Q-tips.
It's like Coke. I have a Coke, but just want soda.
Yeah, and people do eat a lot of pancakes. So okay, that expression makes sense. I'm like, I've never eaten that because I'm thinking about getting actual real cake. I'm like, I've never had a hot cake before. Like, how do you even do that?
But that's all it is just
it's just a pancake.
Yeah, it's just pancakes.
Yeah, I'm good. You keep that shit. I'm good. All right, next up.
Oh man, I love me some pancakes.
Yeah, I know you do. Me, I'm like, yeah, keep that shit. Give me some more meat, please. Some more, fuck, give me some more eggs and bacon or sausages. Keep that pancake stuff away from me,
Tony's an interesting character. No pancakes, no macaroni or macaroni and cheese.
Fuck that shit, That droopy ass shit.
Wait, where's Brett?
Brett's like, I have one right here.
Yeah.
Tony's never actually had macaroni and cheese, so don't let him fool you.
Yeah, I remember one time when Brett was like asking, like, why don't you guys, about we were talking about Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and birthday cakes, like, why don't you guys just bake your own cakes? Like, we don't like island Hispanics don't cook cakes. We don't bake cakes. We don't know how to do that. We know how to fry shit.
Dude, it comes in a box and instructions.
Yeah,
we do we do the make the cake, but it depends on the situation, right? So if
my mom has never made a cake, she's never baked anything in her life. My
mom has baked cakes. At certain times when she just gets the urge, but it's not like an always thing. It's like whenever she's like, oh hey, I wanted to make a cake. That's about it.
Yeah, it's interesting. But nobody in my family, I'm talking about like the Dominican side is like, I mean they're all Dominican. Like I was born there. They're like, what? You buy cakes, you don't make them, Yeah.
But the thing about it is, especially when you have families as stupidly huge as Hispanic people,
yes,
one box of cake won't do. So that's why you go get the cheap pineapple cake from the fucking Bronx.
You know
that place because your family went to that fucking place too.
Yep. I mean, there's places like that all over the place. But yes, we're talking to you, Mr. Man from the Bronx.
Dude, box of Jiffy cake mix is 97 cents.
Yeah, no, they don't even think that far. El pineapple cake. Oh my God! We're not getting into that. Yeah,
pineapple cake is the cheapest cake that you can get. So that's why we would get it.
Yeah, because you can't cook for like 20 fucking people. I mean, you can, but it's just easier to just buy a big ass cake than cook for like 20 or 30 drunk assholes.
Well,
I mean, fun fact.
If you're making chicken and rice for the whole family, and then you got to think about making a cake.
Yeah.
Nah. You do all the main meal, and then you buy the cake. You get the cheap cake from the Bronx.
There you go.
I'm telling you, that Jiffy cake is fun fact. Yellow cake costs the same as cornbread.
Yellow cake.
Yo, man, you getting that yellow cake? Don't drop that shit.
You better not drop that shit.
Don't drop that
shit. Oh man! All right, let's move on. That was a nice little aside there. Next up, we have Mario Golf.
All right, Mario can golf.
All right, Mario golfing.
I think they added a character or something.
Oh, did they put Rosalina in there or something?
They put some enemy from like Super Mario Brothers 2 in there. I think the ninja.
So it's Ninja.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they got Koopa Troopas in there now.
I like how man just brought up the. Because they added Rosalina into the Smash like 10 years ago, or it feels like 10 years ago. They just add Rosalina.
Is that it?
I don't know, man. I don't keep track of this Nintendo shit.
But I just find it funny because it's like, I don't really care, but like they added Rosalina because the last reference was the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Carlos, that's just as bad as me going like, what did they just add Kirby to Smash Brothers? And I said that unironically, I don't fucking know. All right. Oh, those had 2 new courses, so there you go.
That They're all about those little tiny games, those small games like that. I mean, and that's where Nintendo excels at those little experience. I'm sure there's gonna be folks that'll be like, "Yo, man, Mario Golf, that's the shit." You know?
Yeah, and they have tennis and all that stuff. I wish they'd bring back Strikers though. Strikers had a nice art style, the original.
Yeah,
one.
that was a nice art style. I heard that there was a lot of it was. I think that game was not made directly by Nintendo, and that's why they.
No, of course Miyamoto was pissed about it.
He's like, "How dare you!"
It's another one where he's like, "Who did this?"
By the way, there's a lot of stuff in outside the Nintendo rank, wasn't there? Holy shit!
Oh yeah, there's a ton of stuff.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff.
All right, all right.
Okay,
we should skip the stuff that we don't care about.
Yeah, I mean, like most of this show.
I'm sure there's a couple folks on here. You guys out there,
there's
like some.
Oh yeah, Piggy is already going crazy. You know.
Oh yeah, he's
there's
losing
a
his
couple of
mind
good
here.
stuff.
Look at that.
There's a couple of good things.
Not nothing for me, so I'm waiting. You know, we'll see what happens. Let's see if anything's gonna be hyped. Next thing, Disney Magical World 2. I didn't know there was a Disney Magical World 1.
Is that the one where you're going through the amusement park? Is that what it is?
I think it is. I wasn't sure because
Disney,
it was.
I guess Disney has to make fake amusement parks since nobody can go to their actual ones.
Oh.
Well, what was funny was like the guy in the announcement was saying like, oh, you could visit 24 different worlds in Disney, and you see like Lilo and Stitch and all this stuff. I'm like, what do you mean, Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
Maybe Disney's angry that they don't get any of that.
That's right.
Be Square.
So this is interesting. Okay, so you know how there's a KOTOR remake coming out, right?
Yes.
So Switch is getting the old school one.
I mean, it'll run pretty damn good on there.
Well, obviously, you know. So
I mean, that is a PlayStation Xbox original.
Well, Xbox and it
game.
never. Yeah, it is from there. Yeah, never came out on PlayStation. That's why I never played it.
Yeah, it didn't.
Yeah. But yeah, there you go. You could play a KOTORs. Brad, I want your thoughts on KOTOR on Switch.
I mean, really, they're just porting the old one onto the Switch now, huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
That-
I mean,
that
it
seems
looks
incredibly lazy.
it looks old. Like it. I mean, it looks old and janky like the old one.
Yeah, I mean that just seems incredibly.
Should I make the obvious joke? I'm gonna make the obvious joke.
Do
It looks old and janky like every Nintendo Switch game. You know.
Oh!
You ain't lying.
How dare you? The Nintendo people are gonna come after you.
You didn't hear me. I said it looks old and janky like Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh shit,
Carlos!
and that's a new game.
Yeah. Yo, so it's funny. Somebody said that about Bayonetta 3.
Oh shit.
Oh damn.
Well, you know, we'll get to it. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Anyway, no news to see here at KOTOR. Chris, here you go. Dying Light 2 coming to Switch, streaming.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so I'm a little concerned about this one because they have to stream it, the entire game.
Yeah.
And that test did not go well in Japan. And I gotta say this, like, everything I heard, Japan's internet is fucking great.
Yeah.
Right? Like, their street Wi-Fi is better than shit you can find in some homes here. You know? So I'm like, if that did not go well, and you know whenever corporations test things, they do it very carefully. They pick things very carefully so they get the best results. And they didn't get good results from Resident Evil 7. So I'm really worried they launched this as is here. I don't know. Dying Light's a very demanding game. You got a parkour and stuff. You have to have good, like no lag and good reaction. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
And like you said, Resident Evil didn't exactly go well, you know? And that's a slow game.
That's a slow game. You can take your time, you can hide, and you know it's not action packed. You're not running off roofs, looking over your shoulder that there's some zombie breathing down your neck. You know, it's. So I mean, if that was lagging, that didn't go well in the most ideal environment, right? Ideal internet connections. Like then you put that out here. I don't know, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
The most ideal sample group, I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
I
next
mean,
up.
so
Go ahead,
is this
bro.
Nintendo? Is this Nintendo? What is with this Nintendo streaming? Like, are they just trying to?
Well, I mean,
push their
Dying
system?
Light. Yeah, Dying Light 2. Obviously, you can't run that on the Switch natively. I mean,
No, I know.
at
I know.
least they wouldn't even.
where I'm kind of going with this, I kind of want to ask you guys, like, okay, so I mean, does anybody dispute that the Switch is really starting to show its age in a highly unappealing way?
It's been showing its age since the day it launched, dude.
No, I don't. Well, I'm saying we've gotten to a new point where it feels like the rest of the gaming industry is now leaving the Switch behind.
Have we?
I kind of feel like that,
Well,
especially if we have to do streaming games now.
Well, yeah, it's not just left behind. It was already behind, and now it's like being lapped. You know?
Yeah, it's being abandoned. They're just like, fuck it, leave Nintendo.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're trying to get at. So what's your question?
Is the Switch finally starting to show its age too much? Nintendo
too much. Good. Yeah, good
starting
add-on.
to think about their next step.
Hopefully, because the Switch ain't cutting it, man. You got PS5, Xbox Series X, and you got this old shit. No. So Nintendo needs to do something. But then again, this is Nintendo. Here's the thing: the Nintendo could literally have the Switch out for 5 more years, and the fans will still be happy. You know. So, you know, it's the thing. With Nintendo, I don't tell them what to do. I don't make predictions because they will just do some other buck wild crazy shit. You know, very frustrating company, man. So I don't care. They do what they want. You know.
And like, they can't make this argument where, well, the fans, I mean, cannot make this argument where it's like, well, I have Dying Light 2 on the go. Really? Okay, go out in the street and tether that to your phone and stream that game. And please let me know how that goes for you. In the meantime, I will play Dying Light 2 on the PS5 whenever it comes out at the resolution it was meant to be played at on a wired connection.
Yeah, why would you want to submit yourself to that experience when you can just play the real version even on last gen systems? You know,
I mean, here's the thing about it. I think
because Dying Light is not a new, like, it's still on old systems too, isn't it? Like,
I don't.
It was being developed. It was
PS4.
Yeah, it was being developed for PS4. It was supposed to be out on PS4. You know,
it is. Yes, it is. It is indeed going to be on the PS4.
Okay, so why?
Xbox One.
Thank you, Carlos. Why the hell would you want to play the Switch version when you just even play it on PS4 will be better? You know,
I think they're just looking. Here's the thing. I think the one thing about that streaming system, Nintendo streaming thing, is it's only just it's only just a tiny. It's them dipping their water into a space that has a huge player base, so they're looking to get a little something off of that, but that's why they haven't really fully committed to actually porting the game to it, because they want to tap that audience, but they don't want to commit enough to essentially
they can't port that game. That game would have to be downgraded so heavily it wouldn't be the same experience.
You have one zombie running after you,
Yeah, I mean, it's not them. I'll disagree. It's not them dipping their toes in anything. So the argument, I think this proves the argument with, like, no, Nintendo's not competing with Microsoft and Sony. So why are they trying to offset the limitations of their hardware by streaming a game, which means it's running somewhere else, right? To get the fidelity that they cannot provide locally, and then stream the game to the system.
Yeah, no, right? You're right. Yeah, you're 100% right. Yeah.
And then at the same time that it's coming out on other more powerful systems, like you play this on an Xbox Series X, right? That's where the game's installed locally. You don't have to worry about the slag and shit, and you get it running in like 4K or 1080 60 or whatever it's going to run at, and then watch somebody play it on the Switch, and then with the argument, okay, go to your rooftop party, please tether it and tell me how it goes.
Right?
Yeah, man. It's frustrating with Nintendo because, we know that their first party studios make great games, but in terms of, a lot of the other they make a lot of cool stuff, a lot of the third party stuff, with the Shin Megami Tensei and with the stuff they do with Platinum. It's like, it's pretty cool stuff, and the games are gonna be really well made, and they're gonna play really well. But the thing is, they're just gonna look outdated as hell.
Yeah.
And I'm not a militant graphics war here, but to a point, you get to a point where it's like, man, it just looks rough. And and it sucks because we know that these developers are good and they make great games. You know.
Yeah.
And the hardware is kind of limiting them to showcase it as well as they should be.
Right, you know, and Nintendo's good at working in their sandbox, right? So they make the best experience with their limited stuff. What you can't do is try to work around it and go, oh, we want that game, but we can't provide that same experience that can run on PS5 and Xbox Series X or even PS4 and Xbox One. So we're going to stream it to get to work around it. That's not going to work too well.
No, it's not.
Especially when Steam Deck comes out.
You'd already know.
It didn't before when they. I mean, this is not like the first time they tried this thing. I mean, because they did actually have quite a few titles. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, yeah.
I kind of agree with Chris. I don't think it's fully dipping their toes, or not even. It's barely getting them wet. I don't know how else to say, because it's just, you know, they're not really doing anything. They're just making a service off of another service, and it's not good, man.
They should hook up with Microsoft.
They should.
if they really want to catch that stuff. But then again, maybe they want to be like, oh, yo, man, we want some of that money too.
xCloud,
Microsoft doesn't need them.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
they don't need that. Yeah.
All right,
especially with xCloud gonna be able to stream on the Steam Deck. Like,
On a Steam Deck.
Microsoft is just like, what do we need you for?
No, you're right. You know. All right, man. Let's move on to more Nintendo Direct stuff. All right.
Directed.
There's this thing called Triangle Strategy. Is that a new game or an updated game?
It looks like Octopath Traveler, but like just more of a standard JRPG.
Yeah, it looks like Final Fantasy VI or something.
Does it? It looks like no, it doesn't look like Final Fantasy VI.
No, does it look like Octopath kind of?
Like the sprites.
The sprites.
Yeah, the sprites. Yeah, they do. Yeah. But I'm talking about like the angle. That's not. Final
the
Fantasy
angle.
VI angle.
Yeah.
I
just thought
what's the name?
it's called Triangle Strategy.
Oh.
Yeah, it says,
that's what it's called.
I don't know. Anyway, the game's coming out March 2022. If you're interested. Next. Oh, here we go.
Is this the Square Enix game?
Probably looks like a Square Enix game.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing something about this a while ago.
Yeah, this vaguely looks familiar.
Yeah, or essentially, it's meant to sort of be like a modern, like a modern sort of throwback of JRPGs, where it's like, I think this game. Yeah, as I remember, I think this was it was a Switch exclusive. I don't remember hearing anything about it coming out for anything else.
Exclusive.
By modern take on old school RPG, you mean like Final Fantasy IX?
No, not Final Fantasy IX. Again, like Octopath. That same sort of idea.
Gotcha.
I think a lot of the people that worked on Octopath also worked on this game too.
Yeah. All right. So there's that. Metroid Dread. Again, this is one of these games that I'm going to be frustrated with. I want to play it. I know I'm going to like the game, but I'm going to be annoyed with those graphics. You know?
Can Nintendo sell you like, you know how like PCs have external graphics cards? You know, like you have like laptops that has external graphics cards. Like, can Nintendo sell you like just a little thing to kind of boost your fucking game on you? You're playing it on your TV.
We wanted them to do that with the Switch Pro.
Yeah, that's what we wanted.
I mean, you don't have to make different games. Just make them for the Switch Pro where they're bump up the resolution.
Yeah,
that's all we're asking.
Yeah, we don't want more than that, you know. But they can't even do the basic minimum. Okay, so we got Metroid Dread coming. When is that coming out this year? I believe
October 9th.
October, yeah.
No,
it looks good, man.
I'll get it, even though it's on Switch. I'll get it.
I'll get it. Oh, for sure, I'll get it.
Yeah.
Are you going to play it on your actual television? Or
I can't do that though, man. What I'll do is I'll just put it on my desk and just use the controller. You know.
Okay.
Because I can't use the Joy-Cons, man. All right. Next up we got the Sega Genesis collection on Nintendo Switch, I guess for Japan though.
And N64.
And N64, yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
This is for the online.
Oh no, it's for everyone. It's not just for Japan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's here too. It's called the Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack.
Okay,
So
what is this about?
basically-
It says new membership plan coming. Yeah.
Yes, they're going to make another tier of Nintendo Switch Online, and at this tier you get access to Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis games.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's pretty much it. So that's a new pricing plan.
So what's the next tier? You get was it GameCube games on the
GameCube.
next tier?
Okay.
That's the next tier.
Probably.
We're
Yeah.
putting it on
just-
Virtual Boy.
And then I see some of the games here. I see Ocarina of Time there, Nintendo 64, Mario Kart 64. Is that Mario, Dr. Mario 64?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dr.
Dr. Mario 64. Yeah.
And Mario
Tennis.
Golf, Mario Tennis. Okay.
And F-Zero, F-Zero X,
yeah.
I think.
Star Fox and Yoshi Story.
Sega Genesis, I see Streets of Rage 2, which is cool. There you go.
Yeah, and they. I mean, I use those types of. I have the Switch Online membership. I do use them sometimes, the NES and the SNES, and they add games occasionally. So these are just the starting points, and they're gonna eventually keep adding games into the library.
I mean, you can go into the library of old games and use those, or do they just delete them after you've after they're not available? They just make them not available.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't played a game that has been made unavailable.
Yeah, I thought they made them available for a limited time and then pulled them down.
Yeah.
No, that's
yeah.
that was the Mario collection. Is that what you're talking about? There was like Super Mario 64.
Oh, I know
and
that they did
Time.
that for the anniversary and they pulled it down.
Happy anniversary! We're taking this away from you.
And then,
Yeah.
And then what's this? It says online plus expansion pack. You could buy like a replica Nintendo 64 controller, right? Is that what
Yeah,
it is?
they're making a replica N64 controller and a replica Genesis 3-button controller.
And by the way, whoever wants a replica N64 controller obviously never played with an N64 controller.
Oh yeah,
You want that?
Whoever.
I know
Terrible.
it's freaking terrible.
Terrible controller.
I mean, maybe somebody in the room be like, "No, man, it's a great control."
Those Smash guys, man.
No.
Oh no,
they like the
Smash is a
GameCube
GameCube. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
It's
was
a
another
GameCube
bad controller too, though.
It's good for Smash though. I will admit that.
Yeah.
It's got that really nice win button in the middle of it.
Has the win button. He has a big win button.
By the way, these controllers are $50 each.
That's crazy. Just get an 8-bit do, man. Like don't.
Yeah.
Dude, you could
And
buy
you can only-
oh my god, Chris, you could buy the Sega Genesis Mini for $30 that comes with 2 of these controllers.
That's right. And the kicker is you have to be subscribed at this tier of Nintendo Switch Online to even buy them.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're locked. Yeah, they're locked to your membership. Like the store won't even let you buy these controllers.
Wow.
Like let's say you just wanted it. Nah, you can't buy it.
I
I'm
can have it.
Honestly, the thing that I'm curious about, and obviously I'm a subscriber, but I'm just wondering how much more they're gonna charge for this for the
versus
extra
dub.
content.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. They said that's another announcement of an announcement.
Because
Yeah.
if they add more,
Another
if
announcement.
it's more than $2 a month, then I'm sure as hell not getting this.
Oh, by the way, here's some. Oh, but it says existing members can change over to the new plan. More details, whatever. Who cares? Here's some of the games that are going to come out. So Nintendo 64 games, we got Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, Yoshi's Story, Zelda Ocarina of Time, Winback. Remember that fucking game?
Oh my god! Really?
Wow.
Winback.
Okay. That was one of the other like kind of proto cover shooters.
Yeah.
Mario Tennis, Mario 64, and I don't know what the fuck that game is. What is? I can't even read that shit. Looks like some anime game. I don't know what that is. All right. Genesis games. We got Bloodlines, Castlevania, Contra Hardcore, Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Puyo Puyo, Eco the Dolphin, Golden Axe, Gunstar Heroes, Musha. I don't know what that is.
I don't know either.
Yeah. Must be a Japanese only game or something. Phantasy Star 4, Rise Star or Riz Star. I don't know how to pronounce the name of that game. Never have. Shining Force, Shinobi 3, Sonic 2, Streets of Rage 2, and Strider. Cool stuff.
What did I do?
But you know, you could get all those games elsewhere, bro. Just saying.
All those games are literally on a plethora of those classic consoles or those collections.
Yeah.
Yeah, even they sell the Sega Genesis collection on the Switch. Right, you could buy that.
You could just buy that instead. All right.
And that has more games.
Okay, we covered the controllers. Yeah.
Also, MT. Also, I think they did, or M2 did a bunch of quality of life fixes on the on the console release. I don't know if these ones are those.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're probably using an emulator.
Probably using an emulator. Yeah. All right. Okay, we talked about the controllers. Next up, we got the Run Trilogy coming to Switch. Run was always a weird franchise because it was Dungeons and Dragons meets Cyberpunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is actually pretty cool. I think it already came out. I think it's already on PC already. But this is actually cool because it's
pick that shit up.
It's a redo of all three original Shadowrun games.
I remember the games on Super Nintendo.
No, that's Shadowrunner.
Shadowrunner.
Game.
Interesting.
That's actually a different game. But these ones were originally OG like PC games.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
go ahead. That's not the Genesis version, is it?
No, it's not.
No, it's not the Genesis one. These are the ones that were originally for the PC.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to remember. Was that before?
Man, you're trying to fool me. It was on the Super Nintendo. What are you talking about?
That's Shadowrun.
I'm looking at it now. Shadowrun 1993 Super Nintendo.
It's the same game. Whatever it is, but it's not.
Shadowrunner and Shadowrunner are the same game.
Yes,
I'm looking this up.
It's the same franchise. Anyway, but that game is not the one that is in this pack.
Yeah,
it's a totally different game. Like there's a Shadowrun game for the original for the Super Nintendo, and then there's alternatively there's one for the Genesis, which are totally different games, which are totally different from the ones that were released on PC.
Shadowrunner 1 or 2, because this thing doesn't even say that's a real game. I think you're confusing. It's Shadowrun. Shadowrunner. That's 2 words. That's on Steam. Let's look this up. Because now I'm like, hold on. Shadowrunner is not even that. It's like a weird virtual racing game.
It's a top-down game for Super Nintendo.
No, I'm telling you, Shadowrunner is like a first-person VR simulation game.
That's the recent one, right?
That's the only game that exists. I'm just telling you, Shadowrunner and Shadowrunner, 2 different franchises made by 2 different studios. So yes, Shadowrun is the one I'm talking about for the Super Nintendo, bro. Just saying.
But that's not the one that you're getting.
No, I didn't even heard of this one. It's like some weird,
the ironic thing that no one in this room is gonna get any of these.
Yeah,
but I'm saying the one that's in that pack of games is not in there. It's its own unique game that was made for the Super Nintendo by Data East.
Yeah. See, that's the one I'm talking about from the Super Nintendo. Yeah.
Shadowrunners
is some other thing, that came out in 2019, before the world went crazy. All right.
It's that one?
Yeah, Brett, you remember you like D&D and you like Cyberpunk.
Dude, I know. No, I've liked Shadowrun since I played my first Shadowrun game for the Genesis. The Super Nintendo one was god awful, but the Genesis one was awesome.
It's interesting.
No, this is the one they released back in 2019. That was not received well.
Yeah, Shadowrun Returns.
Okay, that's what you were thinking about.
Yeah, that wasn't received well. Now here's the thing: the game itself was pretty much agreed upon that it wasn't done. That it was, an engine. It was the bones of a game. It was a little bit of a game, but then it was mostly a bunch of tools for other people to make their own campaigns in the Shadowrun universe. The idea being that all the DMs would just be like, you know what? I'm not sick of I'm not sick of babysitting 5 drunken adults just once a week. I'm gonna go ahead and sew this into a game so other people on the internet can play it.
Wow!
And 4 modders decided to do it, and there's people that made some really good stuff. But your average Joe, it's kind of like the same idea of Little Big Planet. I'm sure everybody's gonna churn out a masterpiece, and everybody's gonna want to then play everybody else's games. No, there's a few things that are gonna be good, lost in an infinite mire of crap. So I'm really interested to see if this is going to include some user-generated content, or if they're just going for the bare bones stuff that people didn't like before.
Well,
And it's basically being like, are your standards low enough to take it now?
Yeah, no, okay, but if this is like a remaster of those Super Nintendo games, that's cool. You know,
It is not.
I don't think this is from what I've heard about this. This is not the Super Nintendo games. It's It's the redo of the ones that were created for PC. The actual sequeled Shadowrun games.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the ones that are still on Steam.
Oh, never. Yeah, Brett, I see it right here. Shadowrun's returns. Nope, we're good. We're good. We are good.
No, but this
Stay away from this shit. Stay away from this shit.
No, this is. Here's the thing. This is not a redo of Shadowrun Returns.
How come Steam?
You know what's staying? What I'm saying?
No, I mean I do, but the thing is, like, I'm looking at the Shadowrun trilogy thing on Steam, and it says it includes Shadowrun Returns.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so it's the two other Shadowrun games, the other ones, and then plus Shadowrun Returns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, I want the Super Nintendo, because I would like. I'm pretty sure I would enjoy them now at my age. You know, because I wouldn't have before back in the day. All right, so there you go, Shadowrun. Next up, we got Castlevania Advanced Collection, includes 4 games, all regional versions included. Now, these are the Game Boy games, right?
What was it called?
Chris, I'm looking at you, man.
Yeah. It's the 3 advanced games. So there was Area of Sorrow, Circle of the Moon, and the one with the guy in the red coat. I forgot the name of that one. But then I think Dracula X is the 4th one, which is funny. I don't remember there being a Game Boy Advance version. There was a SNES version of that game.
Yeah.
But maybe they just padded it. They just threw it in there.
I mean, Dracula X.
Because I played the other 3 games.
Yeah.
Oh, Symphony. It's not Symphony. It's called something like that. I was about to say Symphony of the Night. It had
Aria
a
of Sorrow?
Symphony-like game. No, this Aria of Sorrow is one of them. That's the guy with the sword. He doesn't even use a whip. His character. He's kind of like Alucard. He doesn't use a whip. But the other 2, Circle of the Moon and the other guy, they use whips. They're Belmonts. The other guy in
Belmonts use whips, man. They use whips.
They use whips.
Yo, while you guys are speaking of unrelated stuff, can I ask an unrelated question?
But wait, we're talking about Castlevania. This is actually related.
Wait, Castlevania was shown?
Yes.
Yes, they have an advanced
Carlos,
collection.
I'm reading this from the list, dude.
Oh shit! I thought you guys was
What the fuck are you talking about? I'm reading this off the list, man.
Yo, man, I didn't know they showed
That's some brain
Castlevania.
fart right there, son.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't watch it in the thing.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, I
had a moment.
I was just
Carlos,
trying to
it's right under Shadowrun, bro. Oh, okay. So
no, I'm not looking. I'm not looking at the list.
Okay, so yeah, these are the games included in it. Castlevania Circle of the Moon, GBA, right? Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. Chris, that's the one you're talking about.
Harmony of
Harmony
Dissonance.
of Dissonance.
Yeah, you got music in there, you know? Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, more music, and Dracula X.
Yeah. Now I'm pretty sure Dracula X wasn't on Game Boy Advance unless they did one of those Player's Choice ports. You know how they take Super Nintendo games?
Yeah.
Just straight port them. So I mean, and then it counts, but it doesn't really. I played it on Super Nintendo, so I remember it being. But yeah, that's it. It's just those games are pretty good. Like I've played all of them. They're good.
That's what I needed to hear. I need the Chris seal of approval. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Seal of approval.
Yes, seal of approval.
Those games were all released while you were still working at the big end, weren't they?
No, I mean GBA was before.
I could have sworn a few of those either as you played them. I can't remember. I might be.
Well, he obviously played them, but he wasn't working with that at the time.
Yeah, the DS was already out when I started, and I mean they had sequels. They made plenty of Castlevania games on the DS. There was a sequel to Aria of Sorrow. There was Dawn of Sorrow. There was the Portrait of Ruin.
Yeah, there we go. The Portrait of Ruin is the one with the lady with the goth-looking chick, right? She looks like a gypsy or something.
Oh, that was there was another one. I know what you're talking about. She had black hair.
Mm-hmm.
She was like a witch. It always got to be black. Yeah, but there was a bunch, but the GBA ones were good. I like Circle of the Moon. That one was hard, but it was still good. He walked kind of stiffer, but they improved each one. Like Aria of Sorrow was like a huge improvement over the other.
Yeah,
ones.
that's right. That's the third one in the line here. That's cool. All right, so there's that. Moving on here. This is an interesting one that got announced. ActRaiser. Remember ActRaiser? Weird fucking game because it was half action
was it
game.
SNES, right?
What happened?
Yeah,
Super Nintendo. Yeah.
Yes.
So half of it was an action game, hack and slash action game, and then SimCity just cuz. You know?
Yeah, more like Populous.
Yeah, Populous. Like just for the fuck of it. You know,
It was like 3 genres in one, if I remember correctly.
What was the third one?
It was like a hack and slash. It was a Sims game. What was the other one? It was like a top down.
Yeah, the top down map was the SimCity version.
That's the Sims.
I know that.
And then
one.
what would happen is like you had a little angel or something that would tell you, oh, this part of the land is being attacked, and then you'd go there and you'd have a statue like where people worship you, and you'd beam down to that place, and you'd fight and you'd clean up the area. So you're literally God, and you just go down and fight monsters, right? And then clean up the land for people, and then you go back to the sky, and then you'd manage like how they reform the land.
That's
God
wild.
says your town should look like this.
By the way, this game's also coming to PlayStations.
Shit!
Yeah, so you can get it that way instead. Just saying.
Get your ActRaiser on, yo.
I mean, ActRaiser was on Super Nintendo. I like that game.
Yeah,
the original one.
ActRaiser 2 was not very good though.
No, that wasn't a good sequel at all.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like the first one because it was frustrating. I'm like, I like, oh, this game's cool. Oh, what the fuck is this shit?
Like,
town simulation.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's like you're over there, you're enjoying your fried chicken night. This shit is good. And then somebody pulls your plate away and then gives you fucking broccoli. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? What are you doing? Give me back the chicken.
No, you got to finish your broccoli.
Finish the broccoli
have
first.
more chicken.
Finish the broccoli. I'm gonna beat you. You better eat that broccoli. All right, that's it. No one's eating dinner right now.
It's more like, if you think about it, I feel like for you, it's more like a bait and switch idea, where essentially the inside of the chicken is some broccoli.
Oh God, yeah, like the outside's actually like the fried, so like, so good.
Yeah,
It's like, wait, what the?
And then you eat it, and you're like, whoa.
What's this broccoli?
No, but the thing is, the other analogy is better because if I get through the broccoli, I can go back to the chicken again. That's how ActRaiser is, So I'm not gonna play this. Fuck that, All right, next up we have this thing called.
You got some deep-seated bad bad memories from that game.
Yeah, man. Just like I'm still mad at SimCity because I thought the game was about you running around as Bowser destroying cities. Nope, that was not what that game is, man. Yeah.
They lying.
All right, next up we got this Deltarune Channel 2.
Okay.
What the fuck is that?
Deltarune.
Doesn't even look like a... Yeah.
It's the guy who made Undertale. That's all I know.
Oh, okay, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
All right, we can skip all that. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me see this.
It says Deltarune Channel 1 and 2, so I guess they're a sequel.
I guess.
It says Chapter 1 and 2, so it's...
Chapter 1 and 2? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Let's be honest, no one cares.
No one gives a shit. No one gives a shit.
Nah, you don't care, man.
Yeah.
Man, you don't care either.
I mean,
I'll
I'll look at it just to see what it is.
All right, now let's get to the big announcement of the Nintendo Direct.
What'd they do?
The Mario movie starring Chris Pratt. I'm not making this up.
I saw him say that. Like, Miyamoto comes out and interrupts him, and then he gives the release date. And then he's like, "Oh, Chris Pratt is Mario." I'm like, "Oh, he's joking, right?" Oh wait, he's not joking.
He's not joking at all. So,
hey everybody, I'm totally Italian.
Wait, and also maybe it's just me, but the body language between Miyamoto and the fucking dude with the eyes.
Oh, Koizumi over there?
Yeah, they just looked like they didn't like each other. I'm like,
I don't think they do. I don't think I think Koizumi's basically the creative director now over there. Basically took his job.
Yeah, so he's not happy about that,
I am Nintendo.
So I'll read. So the movie comes out December 21st, North America specifically.
Animated movie.
Oh, it's the CG animated movie. And here's some other people in it: Anya Taylor Joy, she's Peach; Charlie Day, Luigi; Jack Black, Bowser; Interesting.
Hey guys, I'm Bowser. Yeah.
He's gonna start singing and shit.
He's gonna start to pull out a guitar.
Yeah,
I like Charlie Day as Luigi. I think that was probably the best one out of all the casting, in my opinion.
Yeah, and we got Keegan Michael K as Toad.
Can he do that crazy voice?
I don't know.
He may not do that voice. He'll probably just do his own voice.
Well, but there's more. We got Seth Rogen playing Donkey Kong, right?
What am I doing in here? Yeah, he can be a donkey.
Yeah, we got Kevin Michael Richardson as Kamek. I don't know who Kamek is. Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. Interesting.
Okay.
Old.
Sebastian Maniscalco as Spike. Okay. And interesting enough, Charles Martinet's in it, but they don't say who he plays.
They don't say who he is.
All right, I'm gonna make a prediction because when I saw that, I'm like, okay, they're gonna put Wario in there.
Oh no, I thought what I thought when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, so they already have, and I don't know, maybe Tony missed it or maybe saving the quote unquote best for last. But what my
I'm just going down the list, bro. So I don't know.
Well, I don't know what list doesn't have Mario at the top, but like it's like
because Splatoon is next after this.
What the you missed they missed Mario in the list?
What are you talking about, dude? Click on the link I have in the show notes, man.
No, you didn't. You never said who was Mario.
I did, Chris Pratt. I said it off the top.
Yeah, we were joking about it. Remember?
Carlos, what are you? Where are you tonight, Carlos? This is the second time you're fucking up like this, man. The first thing I said was Chris Pratt as Mario. The first thing.
Oh, maybe I was the one out with pneumonia.
You know, shit, bro.
Yo, by the way, so I'll say, yeah. Hold on. I'll say this. I think, and I thought this was what Chris was gonna say.
Yeah.
I thought what they're gonna do is like another Mario, and then somehow Charles Martinet is gonna be the other Mario. It's gonna be like a send off kind of tribute to him. But then I was thinking, I'm like, nah, it's Nintendo. They don't give a shit.
Yeah,
they don't care about Charles Martinet.
Yo, by the way, it's not the question show, but we got a question.
Oh.
I'm gonna answer it if I can find it because it's kind of related to this. This is from Montanez, 1998. Am I the only one who feels like this movie is confirming Jumpman is in it? But okay, hold on. He kind of misspelled a couple of things here. Am I the only one who feels like this movie is confirming Jumpman isn't Mario, but in fact Jumpman is their father of Mario and Luigi?
Well, there's I'll
read the rest because I got this feeling when Mario movie cast announced the original Mario actor is playing their dad, so he thinks Martinet is playing Jumpman.
Well, that's also a possibility because they have Donkey Kong and Cranky Kong. So the theory goes that Cranky Kong is the original arcade Donkey Kong.
Yes.
Right? And Donkey Kong from the Super Nintendo games is his grandson, right?
Yeah.
And then, but because, apes don't live as long as people, so that Jumpman is... So Jumpman would have, had a longer life, and then Mario and Luigi are his sons, right?
Yeah.
So it's possible that they could do that. That the original Mario from the Donkey Kong games, that's who Martinet's playing. I mean, I could see that also. I figured since they were throwing everything in here, it's like having Bowser and Donkey Kong together. I was like, oh, they could throw Wario in there, and he could do that.
Yeah.
It could be Wario and Waluigi. So that was my guess. But the Jumpman theory is sound.
I like it. I like that theory. And here's the other thing. Click through the pictures. This guy, Sebastian, whatever, he plays this character called Spike. That character picture looks like something out of Jumpman. I could be wrong, but, I think there may be a connection there. I think there may
By the
be
way, I
some
find it funny that, the irony that's, the most famous faux or fictional Italian character is not there's a movie in the cast and there's no Italians on it.
Yeah,
maybe there's that one dude that looks kind of ambiguous. He probably is that Spike dude who's playing Spike, but Chris Pratt, that's I think that's the only one that I actually didn't like.
Charles Martinet isn't Italian either, though.
Oh yeah, but I'm
So it's like, who cares, you know?
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's like in a world where we talk about portraying people the way that.
No, I hear you. Yeah, like they need to get an Italian plumber, man. You know,
they do. There's plenty.
He'll sound more like Bob Hoskins did.
Yeah, oh God.
In that movie, they're trying to get away from that movie. They're still mad about
Bob
it.
Hoskins, man.
Yeah, right.
Bob Hoskins.
All right, so there's the Mario movie. Is anybody gonna see this?
I mean, did they show anything?
No,
they didn't show anything. He just announced the date, and the date's December 21st next year. 2020.
Watch it in the happy place.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
My thing about a lot of this is like, I casting does not make I don't care about casting. It's like not making an announcement at all. Who gives a shit who's playing any of these characters?
Well, it's funny.
Fucking movie.
Yeah, it's old thinking, right? Because that was like Katzenberg's thinking when he went to DreamWorks, right? You have to have star power to pull in people into an animated feature. That's why he started spending big money to get A-list actors to voice stuff. He didn't get voice actors anymore.
Yeah.
And that thinking is still prevalent in the industry. It's like, okay, do you really need Chris Pratt to be Mario? No. You could just get a Martinet do it.
When you look at like the Sonic movie, I mean, Sonic's not played by anybody famous.
Right.
Even though I think they did recast him to somebody else, but he sounds exactly like the guy who's been playing him for the last 20 years. Hey guys, he doesn't sound like Urkel, but yeah.
Did I do that?
Yeah, it never makes sense to me why they get like celebrities to be in these like animated movies. Like you can't tell who's who. No, like
it makes sense.
I'm talking about like if you're just watching the movie as is, you're like you can't tell who these people are anyway. So I don't see the point. I'm talking about within the movie. Like I understand with the marketing. Marketing. I get that part. I'm talking about within the actual movie. Are you going? Oh, and that's the thing. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, you go, oh, that's so and so. That's so and so. Wouldn't that pull you out of the movie? So that's ruining it too. Then
It's funny because like Chris Pratt was in the Lego movie, and I thought he was actually really good in that. As playing the dopey character that he usually plays.
But I mean, again, that's an original thing, right? He's just generic Lego guy who happens to, go on the hero's journey and become like powerful. Yeah. But here you have established characters, right? And then you have what a lot of people are complaining about is that Charles Martinet has been his voice for years.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I'm saying.
So that's what a lot of people are like. Oh, and he's in the movie, but he's not Mario. He's not Luigi.
That's a slap in the face, man.
Yeah, are we saying that again, it's Hollywood people who think that they can't have a movie without with some names in it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just all it is just the the names that they're using on it is all the ones that you would associate with one of those cheesy CG movies they make.
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay, so that's that. The Mario movie. I don't care. Whatever. And then last up we got Splatoon 3. I guess it's Splatoon 3. I was about to say, like, what's the big deal about it? Like, I was like, what is it, an add-on? No, it's literally the third one.
Splatoon 3.
So there you go. There you go. If you like Splatoon, you get a third one.
So what are they doing with it?
Nothing. I just see a bunch of pictures here.
I think there's more of a single-player story.
That's what it says. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The other two were just multiplayer games.
Yeah. All right. So Splatoon. There you go. And the last thing here. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, Bayonetta 3. Okay. So there you go. Bayonetta 3.
Yo, 5 years later.
5 years later. Jesus. This is coming.
Remember
out.
They announced it. Remember Reggie announced that before the Switch came out. Remember that was one of those logos he showed at E3 2016.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. And the game comes out 2022. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I love how the first image is a fucking Sheena Inu looking at a destroyed city. That's like the most Japanese shit you could see. It's like, in the city looks like a destroyed Tokyo, so yeah, there you go.
Well, what's interesting, I remember Manny joking about like people don't actually see what she's doing So wouldn't she look crazy, like flipping around? It's like, what is this woman doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's literally running up walls and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah, and fighting monsters that aren't actually people can't actually see. But in this one, it seems like no, they're affecting the real world because they're soldiers like shooting at them and they get murdered.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bayonetta's always been good, so cool. But again, it's like I wish this was on a real system, man. You know, this is gonna
honestly, yeah, the graphics don't look good. I watched the video and I like even the screenshots and the link you sent us. They look terrible.
They look bad, man. Again, I'm pretty sure the game's gonna be great, but it looks terrible, man. So I don't know. I want to play it, but I also don't want to play it.
The first one looked better.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It does. You know, looking at it, it does sort of look like a throwback game. It looks like a game that should be for, you know, for you know, like a PlayStation 3 or something.
Yeah.
Or Xbox 360.
I know they wanted it to close out the show. Like, look, it's finally here. You know, we finally did it. And it's like, well, what happened? You announced this game before the Switch came out, and you announced it like it was going to come out like the first year or the second year of the Switch. Right. We're almost in year 6. It's going to come out.
That's wild. All right. Any final thoughts on the Nintendo Direct?
Yeah, where's Zelda?
Oh yeah, right.
Zelda.
Noticeably absent from this Direct.
Yeah, and where was whatchamacallit, the Metroid, the 3D one? Where was that?
Yeah, where Metroid Prime 4. No,
yeah, that one. Yeah,
that went back to formula. I think what's it? William Dafoe threw some programmer through the wall. Like back to formula.
Back to formula.
But yeah, that's gone, and I mean, like Breath of the Wild 2 has got to be one of the most anticipated things, and they just keep taunting it. And this Direct, they don't even address it. And their announcement of announcements is not. They did not mention Zelda at all. There's not like, oh, we're gonna have a Zelda Direct or anything. No, not a thing, not a word.
Yeah, if history repeats itself, Breath of the Wild 2 will come out whenever the new Nintendo system comes out and be available on both. This is going to be the 3rd time in a row if that happens. You know?
Yeah.
3rd time or 4th? How many times have they done this already?
Shit, with a bridge one, that was Twilight Princess on the Wii, and then Breath of the Wild.
Okay, so twice so far, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past Nintendo, man. I really wouldn't, you know? So, yeah, there you go. Good stuff for Nintendo fans. All right, next up, let's get some more exciting shit. Steam Deck, man. Steam Deck. What
are they doing now?
Yeah, they released a FAQ. We're going to go through every question right now, man. Because that what we do around here. Because we're very excited for the Switch. The Switch. Actually, we should call this the real Switch Pro. The real Switch Pro.
You're very excited for the replacement Switch that Steam is coming.
See, my mind is already saying that's a Switch Pro, you know? So let's get into it. So can you have multiple Steam accounts on one Steam Deck? Yes. And each account on a Steam Deck will keep its own local save data and settings. Very cool.
Okay.
Can I run non-Steam games through Proton and Steam Deck? Yes, you can run non-Steam games through Proton. Okay, for those of us who don't know, what's Proton? I'm thinking of Ghostbusters right now. You know.
What is Proton? I don't know.
It's
Brian?
like the
and
Brian will probably knows better than me, but it's like a layer that runs on top of the Linux OS to sort of handle these games because they're not native to the OS.
Yep, that's pretty much it. So because it's Linux based, it doesn't have compatibility with Windows because of course not. So Proton just sits between the Windows games and the Linux OS so that you can do that.
I thought that was what Wine was for. Is that what this is?
What the hell is Adam when you need him?
Because Wine was the Windows kind of not emulator. You could load DLLs and stuff through Wine and then play and run Windows applications on Linux.
I have no idea. All I know is that that's what Proton is. They have the Proton DB website where you can go through and check like how well games run on Linux using the Proton thingamajig. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next question here. Will Steam on Steam Deck have an add a game feature like on Steam on desktop? Yes. We support adding games that like that. Okay, so the basic feature, which is always good. Will the UI on Steam Deck replace the big picture? Ooh, good question. That is what we're aiming for, though the rollout will happen in stages. What do he means by that?
Yeah, I think they're still not, 100%, ready to launch Steam Deck UI to the masses on the regular, because the big picture is still available on desktops and I guess on Steam machines, and I think they still use big picture if I'm not mistaken. So I think Steam UI or the UI on the Steam Deck is going to be the definitive UI that they're going to use across multiple platforms.
Yeah, good stuff. So next question. Will improvements to Proton for Steam Deck, like anti-cheat support, also apply to Proton on desktop? Yes, these improvements will make it to all systems using Proton. A lot of Proton questions tonight. Proton. They got the Proton packs and they split. Remember this Steve talk for Ghostbusters 2, Bobby Brown?
The Master of Evil.
Yeah. Try to hand it my boys. That's not legal. They in control. You know it. I said they in control. All right, we're gonna get fucking copyright block right now.
Oh, come on, yo, man, you were not playing the song. You're good.
Yeah, too hot to handle, too cold to hold. They call the Ghostbusters and they in control. All right, I'll stop. I was about to do the rest of it too.
Now I guess we're
gonna have to. All right, let's stop. How will Steam OS on Steam Deck handle offline mode when it comes to launching games? Just like a PC, you'll need to be online to download games and play online multiplayer games. Once a game is installed on disk, you can play while Steam Deck is offline, unless the game requires an internet service.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, kind of sounds like
Steam.
Yeah, Steam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the running theme here. It's like, yeah, this is Steam, bro.
It's the running Steam.
As a matter of fact, at the very end of this fact, it should just say that at the end. It's like, this is Steam, bro. It's Steam.
If it works like that on the main thing, it'll work on this.
Well, people will have these questions, just like, can the Xbox digital version take discs? It's just like that.
Yes, it can take discs.
What file system format does the micro SD card use on Steam Deck? Steam Deck micro SD cards use ext4 with case folding. Steam Deck formats SD cards to the proper format.
Okay, pretty much like any other console where they have a proprietary save stuff on there.
Can Steam Deck be used as a PC controller? Yes, you can connect your Steam Deck to your PC via remote play. Use it as a controller.
Ooh,
very nice.
Yeah.
Can I use it on my Switch?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can have
you can use it as your Switch.
Oh.
You can have your second screen experience, right?
Will Steam Deck work with Pcvr headsets? While technically a PCVR headset can be connected, the Steam Deck is not optimized for PRVR experiences. Okay, keep that in mind.
Yeah, makes sense.
Does docking the Steam Deck improve performance? No. Docking is more akin to plugging a USB-C hub into a PC. Steam Deck runs at full performance in portable mode. This ain't no Switch, baby.
Okay. Well, no. I mean, when you put the Switch onto the thing, it supposedly runs things a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah. It outputs in 1080p.
So
this, I'm sure that's going to probably be the question. Like, what does it output as? But keep going, Tony.
All right. What kind of screens do the 64 gig and 256 gig models have? All right. All models have a glass screen, optically bonded IPS. Is that IPS or
IPS?
IPS? IPS. All right.
IPS.
Optically bonded IPS LCD. The 512 gigabyte model screen has an additional anti-glare etch treatment applied to it. So the same basic screen, just a little fancy layer. You know, Brett. You know, just a little fancy.
You can put an anti-glare screen protector on. Don't get me wrong. I'm still happy that I got the one with the fancy glass, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. I still want to upgrade to that one somehow, man.
Oh well, keep reading.
Carlos, you get me hyped.
Well, you're not. Oh, you're no. Let me temper down the expectations. You'll get an answer, but you're not gonna be happy.
Oh, you motherfucker. All right, I don't want to read this anymore.
Answer you want.
That's not what you want. I don't want to read this anymore, man.
Oh man, you just raised and dashed his hopes so expertly.
Yeah, you'll say, wait, what? Oh, you know. Oh man, it's like, you know, you want this one video game, right? And then you go to the Christmas tree and you see obviously a video game, you know, like wrapped up, and she's like, oh, this is the game. That's the game right here, you know. And you open it up and it's Sim City. It's like, fuck. Yeah, man. All right, man. What kind of haptics does Steam Deck have? The Steam Deck has dual LRA motors, one under each trackpad. Okay, cool. So both of them. Does the audio jack support audio plus mic? Yes. CTIA standard layout. All right. It's a touchscreen multi-touch. Yes. 10 fingers, man.
Whoa.
10 fingers.
10 fingers?
I'm not Steam Deck.
All right. How long is the charging cable? 1.5 meters or 4.9 feet? Damn. That's a lot of feet. That's good.
That's a lot of feet.
Yeah. Because I read 1.5 meters. I'm like, what the fuck is like this small or something? Is that what the fuck that means? All right.
And that's why the battery system works so well. It's like
Yeah.
1.5 meters. It's 1.5. Literally 1.5. Compared to like 4.9 feet. What the hell is 8.9 of a foot?
Damn it,
Fuck
Brian. You have a point, though. You know?
Don't argue the metric system. We're not going to win.
Yeah. All right, man. Will Steam Deck be sold at retail stores? Steam Deck is only available directly via Steam. We may be partnering with retailers as we make Steam Deck available in more regions. More information about that soon. All right. What can you tell us about the BIOS, and does it allow dual boot? Multi-boot is supported. You can have multiple OSs installed and choose which one to boot into. Users will have to access to the BIOS menu. All right, cool.
Yeah, if you want to install Windows or something else.
Yeah, that's good.
You'll do it.
I wish Adam was here. You know, be going hype right now.
Yo, it's all I ever wanted. You know, gotta get the ROMs and gotta get the.
Yo, I'm gonna get the ROMs. It's gonna be crazy.
He's gonna get this and getting licked out the happy place, and you know, gonna get the nuke.
All right. Can you boot an OS off the SD card? Yes, Steam Deck supports boot from micro SD. So good stuff there. Will Steam Deck support external GPUs? Oh, some people will be disappointed here.
Oh.
No. External GPUs are not supported on Steam Deck.
You know, I mean, it would be an interesting idea. I mean, didn't I just mention that for the Nintendo?
Yeah, but they said no. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The last question. Can I change which model of Steam Deck after I've already reserved? Pero why? Pero why? Pero why? No. Once you've reserved a Steam Deck, the only way you can change your model is to cancel and reserve again. This will put you at the end of the queue for your region. Motherfuckers.
You'll be the last in line.
Yes. You're the last in line. So, all right. There's a lot of good stuff that we've learned from there, from this thing. I like how technical some of these questions got, too, you know?
Yeah,
because Steam Deck is for the enthusiasts. Let's just be real here, you know.
Yeah. I'm
This ain't
sorry.
little Timmy's console choice.
Steam Deck is for the real gamer.
This is for the real gamer.
So, question.
Why is it?
I was away for a second. Did they say what it outputs at when
No.
if you connect it to a television?
Oh, you can output it to a lot of resolutions.
Okay.
It's essentially like a laptop. Whenever you connect it to external monitor, it can do 2K, 4K, 1080p.
Okay. Cool.
But within the Steam Deck itself on the monitor, it's just essentially like a version of 720.
Okay, so that's cool. I mean, to be honest, like if I were to get it, I would probably just connect it to the television and never really take it away from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does Steam have like a web browser and a media service? Like not media service, like a web browser inside of it.
Yeah, web browser. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it could literally just be my media box, right? If I decide to get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can do that, or you install Windows on it. You can do a lot of stuff.
Adam will show you.
It's malleable.
So it'd be like, but I mean, like, if you install Windows on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'll probably take over whatever the Linux OS is under, or is it like a dual boot?
So it was funny enough. Is one of the questions you can do dual boot.
Okay.
You can either be like, hey, I'm starting this thing off. I want to boot into Windows, or I want to boot into Steam OS.
All right, sounds good.
All right, good stuff. Right, let us move on to the next story on our deck here. So, Digital Eclipse they want to revive Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with a remaster. Pretty interesting. Digital Eclipse, I think they do a bunch of remaster games, I believe. I don't know which ones they've done, but that's what I understand. So they're, I think, who is this? Digital Eclipse is Mike Micah. What the hell? Hold on. Think about who their parents, right? Okay, our last name is Micah. Let's name our kid Mike. Like, did they just do that for fun? Mike Micah.
I wonder if it was like a situation where it's like, some part one of the parents is like, it'd be great if you just call him Mike Micah, and then it'll be like, no man, they're gonna make fun of him at school.
Yeah, like, and that's the point. We want to traumatize our son, Anyway, we've begun some discussions on that, and right now we're trying to see how far we can go. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's really not up to us. All right, so they just want it. It ain't official yet. I
want to see. I want to see somebody do friggin' Darkstalkers. God damn it.
That's my thing. I'm like, listen, can we please? And I've been saying this for years. I want a collection, right, that has X-Men: Return of the Atom, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. Like, can we get that? The originals, Like, please. I mean, you can have this too, but it's like, come the fuck on, man.
So just like the good Capcom's game collection.
Yeah, basically. And I'm going to tell you this, man. This is a controversial statement.
Uh-oh.
Marvel Capcom 2 ain't all that, man. I said it.
Yeah, by 3
I agree.
Really.
Oh, yeah, that is a controversial statement.
Yeah, the FCC will kill me for that, But it's like, and I'll say this: the biggest thing. Actually, there's a couple of factors, but the biggest thing that killed it for me was that goddamn music, man. Terrible music.
Well, the biggest thing, I wasn't.
If I'm talking about for me, there's other factors. Like, I didn't like the fact that they took away 2 buttons. I didn't like.
Yeah, they took away 2 buttons, and they removed animations.
They removed animations. They only had like 7 stages in the entire game. It's like the same boring things over and over and over and over again. I mean, granted, you don't play these versions of games for the story, but this one was even more nonsensical. So, but the story's literally the least of my problems. My main thing is I didn't like the music, I didn't like the controls, and yeah, didn't like it. I mean, it was a good game for what it was trying to do, but compared to the other ones, nah, man. I like Marvel vs. Capcom 1 better than this one. Because I at least still had the old music in it. But my favorite is X-Men Street Fighter. That's my game right there. So if they come out with this, great. Maybe it'll drive up the price of the original game on Dreamcast. I remember for a while, like, the price dropped when it came on like Xbox when they finally had it available digitally. But then, like, I don't think they pulled it, but no one's playing 360 anymore. And I don't know if the game is available through backwards compatibility or not. But either way, it's not hard to. It's not an easy game to get to now. So a remake, remaster, whatever the fuck they're gonna do, would be cool. But can we get the other games, man? That's all I want. Give me them shits.
Give it to me now.
Yeah. What about the rest of you guys? The prospect of this becoming a reality?
Yeah, it would be cool. I used to play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 all the time. Berserker Barrage.
Berserker Barrage.
Yep.
Yep, I'd like to see it happen.
I'd like to see it happen. Not really something that I'm, necessarily like chomping at the bit for, but if it gets announced, I'll be happy.
Yeah. I remember I did like the extra stuff that was going on in Dreamcast. I really did enjoy unlocking the characters. Now you just buy them through a season pass,
Oh yeah.
Mighty Nurse says, I want Capcom to remake them with 4K sprites like Dragon's Crown Pro. That would be cool, but I thought they're going to do that,
Yeah, I mean, it'd be an interesting undertaking. I mean, like they did do that, like sort of sprite update with the Street Fighter.
Yeah. Well, those were completely redrawn,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, what if they could do that?
Ooh, that would take forever.
Yeah. I mean, it would. I mean, if they got a team to do it, I mean, it didn't take them nearly that long to
actually, it did. It took them a good 4 years to make that game. Remember, you still got to hand animate all that shit,
I mean, a lot of that old game. I mean, a lot of that old game was. I think. I don't know. I think it wouldn't take that long.
No, but I'm telling you, it took them 4 years. That's a long time, man. So it takes a while to do that shit, Unfortunately, I mean, it looks great, but obviously, the results speak for themselves. It takes a long time, but it looks fantastic. But that's why a lot of games aren't animated for that reason, and animated.
The one thing about the Street Fighter, like Street Fighter 1, though, I mean, they made that game in they didn't do that in 2 years. They did that in less than 2 years, or 2 years, the original one. So I think I mean, granted, drawing it at a higher fidelity does take a lot longer, but at the same time.
By the way, just so we're on the same page, man, I'm talking about the one that Udon did.
Yeah, the Udon one.
Yeah. But Street Fighter 1, nobody ever did that.
No, but Street Fighter 2, sorry.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be honest, drawing at a higher fidelity, and then also the fact that, having to deal with Capcom itself and their approval of designing.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a lot. It was a lot of factors. I don't think it's just creating the graphical.
Yeah. No. I mean that obviously there's bullshit on behind the scenes, but the Udon guy said because they had to redo the things, even though they're just going over the old things, they were still tweaking the old game, and every time they tweaked the old game, they had to then tweak the animations, and which meant literally redrawing everything again,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's why we don't get a lot of games like this, even though I wish there were more because it looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, whatever. I mean, we'll see. I'll get it, obviously, but I want the other ones. That's my main thing. It's not really so much against this one. I just want the other ones,
Yeah.
And even Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was missing animations because they had so many characters in it. They had to drop a couple for nothing crazy.
Oh yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, even in the versus games, they actually are missing some animations.
They are,
to their original titles, like from X-Men to
that's right.
X-Men versus Street Fighter. There was quite a bit of things that they sort of tweaked or cut down, but it's even more in the Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But I think the one thing about 2 is that people remember is that the sheer amount of characters that they put in the game.
I think that overrode any of those little things for them.
Yes.
I understand that, but for me, that the quality, quantity doesn't equal quality. Go ahead, Carlos.
I mean, missing animations is pretty bad, but reusing animations is exponentially worse.
Oh man,
what's so bad about that?
Well, didn't you see the God of War Backlash?
Yeah, man.
Using an animation.
Exactly. Yeah, you reuse animations. Yeah.
Yeah, you reuse animation all the damn time. They do it in animation itself.
Yeah, Manny, I think you're missing the joke. It's like, all right.
I know. I know what you're talking about.
No, but you're right. Yeah, it's a crime. You can't reuse anything.
Can't do it. Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I think that's the most popular one out of all the Marvel vs. Capcom games.
Oh yeah, it is. It is easily the most popular one. It's not even an opinion. It is the most popular.
Well, it was
one.
Between that and 1 because 3 never hit as big.
No, but 2 went to the stratosphere. You know, it was ridiculous how big that hit. Like, you remember if you were there back in the day, man. Carlos, you were there back in the day, like for this one. I know you were younger and shit, but you must have seen the hype for this game. You know,
I played it in the arcade.
Yeah, exactly, and you know how crazy it was then. You know,
man, those fucking nerds, man. We used to play that game. Like, we used to, like, between my friends and I, like, we used to, like, make a pact. We're like, yo, man, let's play, but let's not use fucking, what do you call those, helps?
Don't use, I thought you were going to say don't use cable or Sentinel or something.
Oh, no. Oh, Sentinel's a fucking cheese, man.
Yeah.
But, no, like, don't use, like, support.
Yeah,
like,
support,
like, don't call support, just, play kind of like, Street Fighter, just one-on-one, but you get to switch characters. But yeah, it was fun, man. My team was always Cyclops, Venom, and Wolverine.
That's a good team.
And when Cyclops wasn't in 3, I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, that was a slap in the face. Cyclops was always my dude. Like in X-Men Street Fighter, that was my team was Ryu and Cyclops all the time. Those sweeps, it was crazy. What I would do, I would fucking cheat. I would fucking do a sweep and then do the optic blast right afterward because they can't do nothing, Oh, man. Man, you remember that shit.
Venom used to put people in the middle in the spider webs.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Those were the days. What a day. Man, you remember Julio.
I do remember Julio.
And that's how I ended up eaten by a dinosaur.
I remember I used to use Iron Man on my team.
Oh, yeah, Iron Man was good.
Iron Man was good.
Him and War Machine.
Yeah.
Manny, your boy was Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Gambit, and Strider.
Yeah, but see that the quick team, as I call them.
Yeah.
And the fill-in, like I could, if I needed somebody else in there, like if sometimes I'll switch it out, it'll be like maybe put in Cyclops as one of the slots, or Wolverine they kind of gimped in Marvel vs. Capcom.
A little bit, yeah. I liked having so my team was still Cyclops and Ryu, but I would have for the third slot sometimes it would be Captain America, right? And then sometimes I would throw Wolverine in there just cause,
Psylocke was good too.
Psylocke was really good, yeah.
Psylocke was good.
Yeah, good game. Not the best versus game as far as I'm concerned, but
no, not the best. But was it again like the sheer amount of characters that they tossed in there?
Very impressive.
They very impressive. They included Darkstalkers in there too. They had at least 3 Darkstalkers from and then they added 3 new characters.
Yeah, that's right.
Ruby, the Sansan, and the giant cactus, who's I don't know what he's from, but
oh yeah,
isn't he from like Samba de Amigo?
No, he's not even that. Because isn't that a Sega game?
That is a Sega game.
Oh, that's a Sega game. I just know it's a cactus.
I think, as I remember, I think what those 2 characters are leftovers from Darkstalkers.
It could be, yeah.
They were, as I think they were supposed to be for Darkstalkers, but they never put them in.
64 characters, man. That's like the original Mag,
Man, well, I hope if they remake it, get rid of that
that's
menu.
What they says. Mingo.
Get rid of that character select music, man.
Oh, get rid of that music. Yeah. Get rid of that music.
I'm gonna take you for a ride.
Yeah, that song would drill into your head. It's like, just pick your fucking characters, dude. I can't take the song.
Or what was it that? You got it ain't easy.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, when the machine was just on, let's play that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's not just the character, so like get rid of all that music, Oh, nah.
Yeah.
All right, man. What's up?
I would think if this deal was happening, they would have put the remaster that these guys did already back up on the stores, but Disney pulled that shit down.
Uh-oh.
And it might, remember they
Infinite,
they did
that's
it.
Why,
Yeah, Aladdin and all that.
Yeah, they pulled it down. Oh, Infinite is the worst of the Marvel vs. Capcom games.
Yeah,
game is
terrible.
Trash. And what I would be concerned is like to negotiate with Disney right now. They're all about the MCU, and I would figure they would come and go, well, you can't have Hulk looking like the old comic version. He has to look like Mark Ruffalo's you know,
Yeah.
no, motherfuckers, it has to be looking like the original game.
Like, make it look like the What If series.
Oh God.
Oh,
Yeah, we ain't talking about that here. And last story of the night. This one's a little bit of a sad one.
Oh,
So you know that big ass Sega arcade over in Japan?
oh yeah,
Yeah, closed its doors. Go ahead.
I mean, it was on its way. I mean, its attendance has gotten lower and lower over the years, and I'm sure the pandemic did not do it any favors.
Yeah. It was up and running for 28 years, man.
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, the Sega Palace, or what it was
Yeah,
called.
it's called it's Sega Ikebu. Oh damn! Let's see if I can pronounce
Ikebukuro.
it. Ikebukuro. Yeah, I
Ikebukuro.
was about to say I'm real slow. Ikebukuro. Ikebukuro Gigo Arcade will be closing on September 20th. Oh man, you could tell this is where Yakuza was inspired by their big one in Sotenbori. You know.
Yeah. I unfortunately, what's it called? I never had a chance to visit that one. When I went to the one in Akihabara.
Yeah.
And that's closed too now. That's gone.
Wait, is it closed too?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, what's going on?
It's the Rona, bro. Nobody went to the arcades. You know.
Yeah, man. There's a lot. I mean,
Man.
that's funny because not funny, but like I was watching somebody, walking around New York pretty recently, and just the sheer amount of stores that have just been closed,
Yeah.
and abandoned. Nobody can afford any of the rent. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure Japan and most of the world is no different.
Yep.
Especially places that need people to actually go inside. How are those? Now that's the bigger question is like, how are those patchy slot places doing? You know, those
Pachinko, yeah.
Pachinko parlors.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Yeah, how did it survive? You know.
You know, because you also you think about it, the Rona, it was a lot of older people were susceptible to it, and that's the patchy slot pachinko demographic.
Yeah.
Right.
So I wonder. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if there wasn't for the Rona, these Sega stores would probably be still okay. You know, the arcades.
Yeah.
That thing just dealt a crippling blow to everything, man. Some bullshit.
So
Yeah.
the one that I went to in Akihabara is still open. Thankfully.
Okay, that's good.
Wait, the Sega arcade over there? I thought that closed.
Well, they got a bunch.
Oh, okay. The Sega one in Akihabara is closed.
Well, because it says Sega Akihabara Building 3, so maybe there's more than one. So maybe Sega Akihabara Building 1 or 2 closed.
But then again, building 1 or 2 could just be other different things that are not Sega related. You know.
Yeah. So this one, like the one that I went to, it's like a building with like what are those things called where you have to the claw machines like in the first in the
UFO
first floor,
catcher,
like,
right?
Yeah, like that's the first floor, and then like the next 5 floors are just fucking arcades. So I went to that one. Yeah, and apparently that one's still open, but maybe there's a
I put a link down.
Oh, nice.
Number 2.
Yeah. When you're playing a UFO catcher in Yakuza, you're like, man, don't drop that shit. Oh man, good stuff.
Yeah, Chris, I didn't go to that one, but yeah, it's the same area.
Okay,
That's crazy, man.
all right, man. So yeah, rest in peace to Sega Ikebukuro. All right, Ikebukuro. Soste. Nandato.
It's funny. All that makes me think of I posted a video a while ago where it was like this essentially an anime character going in to get a normal job, and I was like,
oh, that was hilarious.
This is what it's like when a person who learned to speak Spanish only from Japanese anime. The guy's all like
Japanese, yeah,
pointing and shit.
Well, that's what you do. You start yelling that. There's this one guy in Yakuza like a dragon. He's every time he speaks English, he's always just yelling. Because that's what he thinks it sounds like. Hello, you go that way, you make right. You have one of a day. And even Ichiban's like, yo, what the fuck is up with this dude? Oh, man. Good stuff. All right, that's the show, man. Good stuff, as always. Mr. Emilio, do you have anything to plug that you can talk about?
No, but I'm killing myself working on something right now. So, yeah, I've been doing some work. So you'll see what the fruits of my labor is next month.
Good stuff. Good stuff. That's why I was like, oh, you could talk about it. That's to give you the hint of plug some
it's
stuff.
coming.
It's coming.
So yeah, it's coming. Usual stuff is me and Kari got a bunch of other covers we did. I got also another sort of interesting sort of thing that might be coming up soon. Hopefully you'll be seeing that. Also keep an eye out for Tony's Death Stranding review.
Yeah, it's coming. I've submitted it. Go check out my preview of Guardians of the Galaxy, man. It's good stuff. And also check out my Deathloop review, all on PCMag.com.
I plugged Tony because I actually took the screenshots for his review.
Yes.
So.
There you got to plug yourself.
Yeah, I got to plug myself.
Carlos, do you have anything to plug?
Yes. The nuke.
The nuke.
Yeah, for the people that are interested in The Walking Dead and The Walking Dead universe shows, make sure to tune into I Am Negan, which is a podcast hosted by our fellow comrade Adam Vale and Richard Bailey Jr. from the Coalition, where we talk about The Walking Dead. Oh, yes, we do talk about The Walking Dead there, and we talk about controversial things. We talk about The Walking Dead. The most recent episode that we reviewed is going to go up on Sunday, and it was a really good one. So I really recommend you guys watch that and catch our review and recap. I Am Negan on Spotify and where you get podcasts, or on thecoalition.com or The Coalition on YouTube.
The Coalition.
The Coalition.
Yeah, thecoalition.com. All right, man. Good stuff here. So we're done here. Throwdown. You already know. You can follow us on Twitch and Twitter. And you can join our Discord where it is always popping. You can find us on any podcast app by searching for Throwdown Show. 2 words. Throwdown Show. Oh, did somebody just throw us money while we're ending the show?
Oh, Piggy Dan.
You know, during the outro, appreciate that, brother. Every penny counts, dude. By the way, speaking about that, bro, game giveaways coming soon. You know,
Game Again is coming.
Yeah, or next gen November, even though we're already past that shit. Anyway, Throwdowns on every podcast app out there. Throwdown Show, you already know. And if you're watching us on YouTube and you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of whenever we release new content. Links to everything and more down below. Once again, our show is Tony Polanco, and tonight I was joined by Emilio Lopez.
See you next time.
Chris Seeley.
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero.
The reason why I was dozing off is because I was getting Death Stranding director's cut.
Oh, damn. I thought you were dozing off because we were talking about Nintendo Direct. All right, Brett Murdoch.
It can be both.
You know. And Brian Majoma.
Yes, I do not put sugar in mine.
He's a true Scotsman. You know. Wait, does that make him a true Scotsman or a fake one?
A fake one.
Oh, damn, Brian, it's like that.
But
I'm not a Scotsman, so.
I was gonna say, we're not Scotsmen.
Yeah.
But you can, you know what? One thing you can do in Scotland, right? If you own a small piece of land, you can become a lord and add that to your name. So
really?
I actually already have a Scottish title and am a lord.
Oh shit!
So if you guys could actually start addressing me as such, I'd appreciate that.
No, that.
Why, yes, Lord Murdoch.
So I don't recognize the rules of Scotland.
So Brett, is that sacrilegious, or how did the Irish and the Scots get along? Is that controversial?
We're gonna get into that.
They both hate England, so that works out.
Yeah, that unites them. Nothing unites countries better than hatred, man. Anyway, we'll see you on Sunday. Later.
Deuces.
Latest.
Peace.